Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the one and only Miss Continental. So for the past few weeks, we've been deliberating and analyzing issues that have been happening in Nigeria, especially its political states, the Iruga settlement implementation stuff, and all the drama and the brouhaha that came along with it. And then we talked a little bit about Europe, but today we are talking about here where some of us reside, in Canada. Oh, goodness, that's the Prime Minister of this great country, Canada. Bonjour monsieur, comment ça va? So, aujourd'hui, c'est tout avec moi, hein? So, attendez un peu. Wait a little bit, I will get to you. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about Canada, what's happening here. A woman and her 4 children, a Nigerian woman and her 4 children are facing deportation. So I also have another one from Europe that I'm going to combine with this. The reason why I decided to combine these 2 families and to talk about them is that they kind of have something in common, okay? That's why I decided to put both of them together. And as they say, charity begins at home. So we are going to talk first about this other family that is here in Canada that is facing deportation currently. So before we go into the analysis, let me introduce this family to you. So it's a family of 4. The mother's name, a mother and her 3 children. So the mother's name is Mrs. Morufat Ogunkoya. Hereinafter, I would like to refer to her as Mrs. Ogunkoya. So Mrs. Ogunkoya and her 3 children. They live in southern Ontario, Niagara Falls, in the community of Welland, and they are currently facing deportation. According to Chris Dubé of Welland Tribune, he reported that this family came to Canada in 2018, January to be precise. Let's talk about how they came, how we got this far with this family, or how this family got into this trouble, because they are a little bit in the trouble. Everything was okay before now, and all of a sudden, you know, the table has turned. So Mrs. Ogunkoya is obviously married to Mr. Ogunkoya, who is currently residing in Nigeria. Both families, both parents and their children, they were residing in Nigeria peacefully. So Mrs. Ogunkoya was born into an Islamic family. Her father is a very active Islamic leader, but for some reason, Mrs. Ogunkoya and her husband, who was also a Muslim, got converted and ordained into the Christian faith. And since then, they have been very active Christians, and then trouble strikes. So this didn't go down well with Mrs. Ogunkoya's father, who now, you know, became very aggressive. And as most of us know, Islam in itself is not a bad religion, but some, you know, extremists in it. You know, we say too much of everything is bad. You know, there are some extremists, you know, who belongs to some sects, and they try to constitute, I don't want to use the word nuisance, so sorry for my language, okay? So, who try to take it to the extreme and act, you know, out of order. So her father became very aggressive, upset, and according to her, you know, sort of after her life. So the father felt she is a disgrace to his family. So she left, she fled Nigeria in 2016 on a visa to the United States. She stayed for a few months, and for some reason she came back to Nigeria thinking, you know, the aggression, everything has subsided, maybe things will come to normal. But, you know, I think she realized that the situation has heightened up and there was no escape for her, and she thought, you know what, she has to take herself and her children and flee again, while her husband, you know, will definitely try to deal with the situation. So she returned back to the United States in 2017 with her 3 children. They were staying there, they were caring for themselves. I can tell the family is a bit well off, so she didn't declare any asylum. She wasn't a liability to the United States. And as we know now, Uncle Donna, So Uncle Donald Trump, the president of the United States, that period, he was like, he's going to deal with immigrants, he's going to do this and that, undocumented immigrants, We know his policies, how a little bit harsh those policies are to immigrants. So I guess that is why she decided to flee to Canada last year in 2018. So Uncle Donald, this is no offense to you. You're a very good leader. I know I have nothing against you, and you were actually very right. That time when you said Nigeria is, it starts with S and is the whole, I think you're actually right, given what is happening there now. So nothing against you. So I'm just saying, probably because of your threat, they decided to come to Canada. So when they came to Canada, they decided this time, for the first time, to claim asylum. And they put in a request for permanent resident and all that. They were denied. So I'm like, okay, I did my research, tried to find out why this family were denied. Because to the best of my knowledge, Mrs. Ogunkoya had since settled into the community where they were residing in Niagara Falls, Southern Ontario. That's where they live. So she has a full-time job. And from what I understand, the son, the eldest of the children, 16 years old, is already working, contributing and also assisting with the family. And also volunteering in a not-for-profit organizations. So, they are both active in the community and giving their story and how everybody knows what is happening in Nigeria. I know some countries have even tagged Nigeria a jihad nation, an Islamic state. So I don't know why anybody will not believe that story. And given that they don't look like the opportunist type, she actually traveled to the United States on her own. She could have chosen to stay and not go back. She went back. And then, given the situation again is not comfortable, she decided to flee with her children. So it's just kind of credibility in her story. But I guess Nigeria, Canada and Immigration Board didn't buy into it. They denied her. She appealed the case twice and they just refused her. And they said she has to, be able to bring enough proof beyond reasonable doubt. So they did believe, but they want proof to show that Miss Ogunkoya's biological father actually is a threat to her, belongs to an Islamic group, is an Islamic extremist that is really for him. I'm like, how do you prove something like that when, it's no longer a hidden thing, it's no longer a debatable thing, it's no longer something that is new to the world at large, that there is so much crisis and unrest in Nigeria. It's no longer a hearsay thing that the Islamic group in Nigeria have almost Islamized at the point of concluding the Islamization of Nigeria by fire by force. The aggression and all the policies, the implementation, everything. You don't need anybody to tell you that. So I'm like, what other proof do they need? Like, so my problem was that, okay, you don't believe this woman's story. Go out of your comfort level a little bit. Like, I'm talking to Immigration and Refugee Board now, and you carry some burden of proof upon yourself and establish why you think this woman is lying and cannot stay in this country. At least in criminal cases, the prosecutors will do everything to prove their case and to look for everything to criminalize and to really show that this person is a criminal beyond reasonable doubt. Do the same thing in this case. Go out of your comfort level, look for every proof possible, take the burden upon yourself, bear the burden of proof, and tell us why this family cannot say, since she cannot produce just a document, a paper. We all know that Canada is a country that believes so much in social work and social justice. This woman is already traumatized. From one country to another, from Nigeria, she flew to the United States, from United States, and nobody can at least come to her aid and listen to her. It's all said, given the situation that is happening in Nigeria. You don't need anybody to explain these things to you anymore. Carry the burden of proof, Immigration and Refugee Board, and tell us why. Given the reason that A simple reason that because she's not able to prove. What proof do you want? You want documentation. I mean, how? You read newspapers every day. You listen to online news. You listen to reporters, news all over the world. What else? This woman is already like not herself anymore. How do you want her to now start going up and down, start looking for proof? How is she going to do this? So I think she has every reason to be there. Every reason for this government to grant them stay. And the reason why is between me and Justin Trudeau now, between me and this fine Bobo, uncle, you know, I know you've done so much for everybody, even me, myself too, you know. There are so many things that my country could not have granted or offered me by you know, staying in Canada. It's good. But you want to do good finish, just go do and finish, not do and remain. Look at this woman. She's doing better than most people here. Like some people have lived in this country 20 years and they have not worked one single day. And they are enjoying the citizenship, the facilities, everything in the country. And this woman is already contributing to the country. And even her own son is also contributing. He is a honor roll student, for crying out loud. He has so much potentials. And I know this news was debunked, but I heard something like a couple of months ago, you were even begging President Buhari to please release 1 million Nigerian immigrants to this country, that you are looking for them, that Nigeria has, you know, invested so much in the country that you can't afford to do without those people, that they should come and help develop this country economically. And although those news, I mean, were later debunked that they were not true, but behind every rumor, there's an element of truth, you know. I still believe that there was some truth. Nigerians are very hardworking people here, but in terms of intellectual abilities and human resource, physical ability as well. So please use your prerogative of mercy, okay? I know you have it. You can I know you'll be like, oh, I don't work in the Immigration and Refugee Board, I want to leave them to deal with the cases, but come out. You just say the word and it is so, you know. Just use your prerogative of mercy. Please, sir, I am begging. Pardon this family. Their life is in danger. I'm in Nigeria. I was an immigrant myself. Well, I know you still see me as an immigrant, though, even though I'm now one of you here. So I migrated from Nigeria as well, and I know how that country is. So this woman, what will it profit you when this woman is deported and then later we hear, hopefully, I know we don't hear anything bad about them. You know, I know you will feel the guilt yourself. You're a very nice young man. So please, use your prerogative of mercy. I mean, that this woman should remain in this country. Override that decision. You know, I know there has been pleas. The community of Welland has been like, you know, speaking out. I mean, asking that, you know, the decision to deport this woman is stayed. And then, you know, this family be allowed to stay and strive in this country, but your people are saying no, 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 no. I think they have everything to stay. You've not been able to establish yourself. You are saying that she's not able to establish, she's not able to prove that her father belongs to an Islamic sect. And you too, you've not been able to establish why she cannot stay in this country. Okay, you tell us the reason. Just that one reason. There's no criminal behavior. All this time that she has been traveling from US to Canada, from here to here, there has been no place where she has erred in any way. Her only sin now is that she can just that one reason alone. Immigration and Refugee Board, I beg one consider this man, make it stay. And Oga, Mr. Prime Minister, please, okay, use your prerogative and override this decision so that this family will stay. I really wish this family good luck and best of luck, and I want you guys all to also join me in prayers to make sure that, you know, the next time we are coming here again to talk about this family is to let you people know that their deportation has been stayed and their stay in Canada is being processed and they have been granted you know, permanent residence. And I also want to use this medium to express my support for this family. We support you, we love you, we really hope you know, you get what you want and you are able to stay in this country and go, because a lot of people have been pleading for this family. Even the principal of the school where this 16-year-old boy, son of Mrs. Ogukoya, attends. Even the principal of the school came out to speak, the community at large, even the non-for-profit organization that this guy worked for. And that's to attest to you that, you know, in good faith, at least on a humanitarian ground, this woman, you know, deserves to stay in this country. Okay? So, guys, let's remember this family in prayer. Having said that, we are going to go to the other part of this video, which is the one that is happening in Europe. So the reason why this other family in Europe has similarity with this one is because this one is also a woman and her children. It's always women. Oh God, help women. So with this woman and her children. So she, although in her own case, and this is a different in this scenario, she deported herself because apparently she has no status in Italy where she resides. She deported herself, and the reason why she had to deport herself is because her children were at the verge of being taken away by professionals in suit and portfolio. You know, we call them child protection agencies. So this family of 5 that went to Nigeria consists of the mother and 4 children actually, and from my understanding it was something that herself and her husband agreed upon, and there must have been, you know, really good circumstances that, you know, prompted this move. She was not too happy or too rich, or you know what, I have made it, or I don't need F the Western world, I have to go. That was not the circumstances. So the circumstances that led to this decision from. So this woman and her 4 children decided to return home, and people are saying she deported herself. Fine, whatever they call it, but I'm sure it's something that was agreed upon with her husband as well. They both agreed that, you know what, you take these children home since this is the current situation is not conducive. So go home. I think that was the right decision. So from what I gathered, what actually happened, because I'm not going to put pictures here, and I'm not going to call their names because of confidentiality issues. I know the source where I gathered this information. There were pictures and everything. If you want to see pictures, go and Google it yourself and Google it and type the woman who deported herself with 4 children to Nigeria in Europe. You will get it, but I will not put the pictures here because it's good things that you advertise. The reason why I advertise the other family that's facing deportation is apparently they are looking for help, they are looking for support, they need people to appeal for them. It's not a hidden thing. They're doing everything they can to stay in the country. That is right. But this other one, I'm not going to put their pictures there because, you know, why would I even need to put the pictures there? Because when all these things happen, this thing didn't happen today. They didn't go back home today. It's been a while. The reason why everything is coming out now is maybe, as we all know, if you go to Nigeria unprepared, we all know what's going to happen when hardship sets in, and then, you know, we start blaming each other. Hey, you ask me to do this. There's a confusion. Things are not working fine the way both parents planned it. That is why everything is now out on the social media. So according to the information I gathered, so both parents were at the time without job. So like from what I heard, the child welfare system in most Europe countries, especially Italy, when the parents, at least one parent, need to be working. If one parent is not working and both of you are without job, then it's a problem. You really have to like be very careful. If not, the socials will come after you because they cannot take care of you, take care of your children. For waiting now, it's not like in Canada where child abuse is defined differently. In Europe, most countries in Europe, Italy in this case, you are not without a job. It's enough reason for the socials to say, okay, that is neglect. You are not able to provide for the children. So for that reason alone, they can come after you and your children. So, and I guess they were already at the verge of losing their children to the child welfare of the country. So they decided to come together and say, you know what, I think you have to take these children to Nigeria, and then I will try and work here and support, which is the right decision. I just put my stamp of approval upon that. It's just the best decision, you know, for them at that time. So this woman, and people are now saying woman deported herself. And you know, when something happened, they don't give the real gist of how it happened anymore. They will just put out there, and that is social media for you. They will just put out there something they just want you to hear. but the real crux of the matter is always hidden. And of course, that's why this platform is there, to bring out the hidden truth. So anyways, so the woman had to go home with her 4 children, and the man, I think the plan here was for the man to be supporting them. Whether the woman decided to be doing something at home to help out with the little support the man was providing from Europe, or whether she was just at home and just waiting for alert all the time, I don't know what happened. But somehow, I think that support that the man was rendering, was giving them, was no more there. And according to reports, according to what they're saying, that the man later found another love and actually starting a different family, another family from the first family that have already gone home to Nigeria. So I think this woman is feeling the heat, the woman and her children back home. Of course, they will feel the heat. Now there's divided love, divided attention. The man even hardly calls this time. Some people say out of sight is out of mind. Not in all cases, especially when there are children involved, right? It shouldn't be so, but it is what it is. So this woman is in Nigeria with her children, and this man is now here, I mean, kind of moved on with another woman. So who do we say is breaching the contract here? Again, I don't know. People always accuse me of being so judgmental, so I'm just going to try to like put it out there for you guys, and then you people will decide yourself. So this woman is home with the four children, and Oga is here in Verona, Italy, with another new love in the book of a very beautiful, fine woman. I saw her pictures. So this woman in Nigeria now is now coming out, showing picture of the children. I don't know if she went to the slums. I don't know what ghetto she went to, and there's like, I don't know if it is like a tape trying to show to the world that hey, that man is in Italy flexing, enjoying with another woman, when his children are in Nigeria suffering, and that one of them is even at the point of being legally blind. So all these are just, I mean, on the internet. I'm like, why all these things? Why is the man doing this, or why is the woman doing this? Is the woman at fault for bringing out this thing on the social media, and she's been able to like try to resolve this thing peacefully with the husband? Because I know they did the right thing. They did the right thing to have, you know, come together and agreed and say, go home, I will be taking care of you. And well, things are not working out the way they planned anymore. So is this woman at fault, bringing this issue to the social media, trying to like appease and gain attention to shame the man? Or is the man doing the right thing? I mean, decided to say, you know what, you are in Nigeria, mind your business there, and I will be here minding my business. Anyway, this woman cried out to social media, and the thing is all over their, you know, their network news there. And this man is now coming out. What I really don't like, what actually make me think, you know, let me talk about this, is the man himself coming out, trying to debunk, you know, trying to discredit the woman, and trying to create try to kind of create some kind of discourses around why the woman went home. And he is trying to say he was not in agreement with that. I mean, how is that possible that you are not in agreement with that, when we all know that these children were at the verge of being taken away by child welfare system? Okay, let's assume that you are not even in agreement of it, and your wife decided to say, you know what, whether you agree or not, I'm taking my children, I'm going back home, I don't want child welfare to take my children. Are you not supposed to be happy as a man that the woman is taking that sacrifice to go and live in Nigeria? It's a big sacrifice. The woman can be here wearing tight jeans, skinny top, and a wig, look like under 16, at the detriment of the children being taken away. But she decided that, you know what, I rebel the cat. Let me go to Nigeria. Okay, let me go to Nigeria, and you'll be supporting us, which is a good plan. How dare you, the man, now start coming out to say that, hey, I didn't send her. She decided to just wake up one day, really, and say she's going to Nigeria, and that you try to discourage her. Okay, let's say that you try to discourage her. So you mean you try to discourage her, and would have preferred for those children to be taken away, so that nobody will come to you and start looking for support or anything? What a lazy man. You know what, this thing is so killing. Like, I try not to be too much on the men's side or on the women's side, because and then it will look like you have something against men. But some things are just so, you know, out of order, that sometimes you cannot just close your eyes. We all know that both of you were jobless at that time. And we all know that the Italian child welfare system will come after your children. So many people have testified to it, that at least one of the parents should have a job. If they don't, the children normally go in care of the child welfare system. You didn't have the job, the woman didn't have a job. The woman, okay, agreed to go to Nigeria. Why are you not coming out? Because you are into another relationship now. You want to justify why you are doing. Why do men always try to justify the dirty things that they do? Why do you always try to justify your actions? Okay, so you didn't ask her to go. In other words, you would have preferred for these children to go in care. That's what you are telling people. I mean, think, be smart. Be smart before you start coming out to talk. You didn't support it. Did you have a job to take care of the children? Did you have a job? I hope this video reached this man. I don't want to call your name here, because this thing is happening to Europe. I trust those bloggers in Europe. They will treat your business. It's not for me, but I'm just, you know, trying to like say this thing and still hide your face, hide your family. I don't want to bring out your picture, but I hope you hear this. Did you have a job at the time? If you have a job and you were caring from the children, would this woman just wake up and say she's going to Nigeria? Maybe she would have even just gone for a visit or so, and this will be fine. You agreed to it that she should go. Now that you find another sissy, you are now coming out to say that I didn't ask her to go. You didn't ask her to go. You would have preferred the children to go into socials. And apart from the rubbish that this guy is saying, other people, because you bring your dirty laundry and people are helping you to talk. Other people are now saying that, yes, why would the woman even go to Nigeria in the first place? At least she should have allowed the socials. They could have been able to take care of the children. Somebody, a human being in Nigeria, somebody will open eyes, will open his mouth or her mouth to say that, the woman, because apparently the woman is not documented. You understand? So there's no way she can come back for now. So they are now saying, okay, instead of, going to Nigeria to go and be trapped in there, she should have just stayed and give the children to the child protection services to look after, to take. Who on earth? I will not. I'm just saying, this abroad matter. It's something serious. This is really like the Yorubas will say, jobbery or something like that. Like opportunist kind of a thing. So without coming to abroad now, we can't take care of our children anymore. So you prefer this family to stay, and I think the guy, the father of the children, is also implying something like that. Even though he's not saying it openly, he's implying it that, you know what, at this point he's regretting. The woman would have stayed. He would not have even supported the woman going to Nigeria. The father and the mother will be in the streets of Italy, eating food, eating Burger King, eating pasta, pisteka, potato, and whatever you have it, and the children will be in care. It's better for them if they just die. They will not say the children are orphan now, and they don't think it's better that way now. Seriously? So the thing really make me go gaga. I'm like, what is going on now? Without abroad now, we are handicapped. People are still in Nigeria, they are still making it up. I know Nigeria is tough, there's no security and all that, but for people who have lived abroad before, before that woman even decided to arrange, packet the children and even go home, there should already be a solid plan. If it is a canteen or MTM shop or just a little thing that will be bringing 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira every day to buy like small things, eventually they will adjust now. We know these children were born in Canada. We see Chinese people, no matter how poor they are, when they have their children here, once those children are 2 years old, at the age of 2, they must go to their country. At least 1 year they will stay there. Majority of the Yorubas, they will have their children here and they will go home. Those children, when they grow up at university level, they will come back. But why we, from the south, once we are here already, we saw Agbada, Buba, Iro, like, we feel so comfortable, like this is the end of the world. There is no place like home, nothing like home exists anymore. We just, I cannot comprehend this, like, I don't even know where to start from. It's not that as horrible as we think it is. I mean, when children are here, if it's the situation here is palatable, you know, you don't see any reason. But I mean, good circumstances, it's fine. It's up to you if you want to go home or not. But what I'm saying is that if there are circumstances that, you know, demands that, you know what, it's time to go home. We are not on exile, and nobody pursue us now. I mean, we talk about hardship. People are still there in Nigeria. They drink Gary Flakes. I want to call it, that is our cereal now, Gary. They drink Gary Flakes morning, afternoon, evening, and those kids, they still grow up, I mean, to be scholars. Look at this 16 years old boy that I just talked about in the first part of this video. The 16 boy old, the one that the family is facing deportation. He didn't learn how to be smart in Canada. He came to Canada just last year. That is, I mean, on honor rolls. If the school wants to do anything, they look for him to represent the school. The principal came out. Do you think it's here that he learned how to be smart? He learned it from Nigeria. Many of our kids are coming from Nigeria, working with them. When I visit them at home, you see, I was, how is school? How is everything going? They'll say, it's just so easy. It's easy and peasy. They don't feel challenged to do the work. Where did they learn? They learn it from home. We just have all this notion that when somebody is growing up back home, that person, there is no future for that person. Who says that? And they are saying that it's better for those children to have been apprehended and be looked after by a total stranger than to have gone to Nigeria. They will not die. Nothing will happen to them. They may not look as fresh as we are here. They may not have as good clothes that we have here. But there's something they have in their head that even children that were born here who haven't been to Nigeria in their life, that they don't have. The children abroad, they are so naive. Like, don't you see that they are very naive? I mean, children back home, they are very resilient. Everywhere why are we able to survive abroad today? It's because we are very resilient. We are able to adapt to every situation. And if you are a parent, you are here, you think any circumstances that will make you go take your children to Nigeria, you would rather prefer for a child protection service to have the children. I'm sorry for you. I'm really sorry for you. So that is that. Let's just hang that there. Then I'm coming back to the man who has now found another sissy here, who now feels like it's the fault of the woman who decide to go home. So you now prefer this sissy than your children, your youth, children of your youth. 4 good one of them, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. You abandon their home, and you have the nerve. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't even want to dig out videos. This man have the nerve to say publicly that while our woman help me, I beg, make we take care of them, make we send. When you are born, you're not even ashamed. Allah no duty. You are begging people, you are abroad. If people that are in Nigeria are begging people abroad, I want to still help, if not still 100 millisecond. You that is abroad, you are begging people to join you, to help you, to support your wife back home. I think you too, you need to deport yourself. Because it's so obvious that you are not contributing to the economy of the country here in Canada. You are not contributing to Nigeria. You are not contributing to your family back home. You are also a liability. You are begging people to join you to contribute to help you take care of them. And you say you there abroad. And you still go carry another woman put for house. Where did you can't get now? Let the thing in between your pants. So why are you a man? Why are you a man? And I don't even want to say, we women, sometimes we are enemies to ourselves. And our woman still there house with that one now. And this woman is hearing all these things that is happening. He still sit down for them. Guys, I have so much to say, but at the same time, I just want to control myself. I don't even want to talk more. This is so disgusting, so shameful. Let this man deport himself. He too, he needs to go to Nigeria and join his family there. If it is family, or if it is this ranching now that they are doing now, he should join. I mean, he should join it. He should, I mean, find a way and go home and start doing something back home. I know nobody wants to live in the village anymore. Nobody wants to go and grow cassava farm or cocoyam farm. Maybe go to do like everything at Tropical. There's one trade that is very lucrative back home now that I heard about. This bole business. He should go and be doing it. And add a little bit of the Western idea that he has learned so far. And be supplying offices during lunchtime. And let him create something. Let him create a job. It's easy to create a job back home. People are surviving. People are even selling in the marketplace, selling tomatoes. They are building houses. There's one thing funny in Nigeria, right? You see someone that is poor today. Tomorrow there's just going to be a breakthrough. Before you know it, that person don't be millionaire. I'm not talking about Yahoo or anything. No. It's just God's grace to tap from a destiny helper. You have to go home and look for a destiny helper and look for a way to feed your family. If you are here on the social media crying, telling bloggers to please help you to get people to contribute, unlike another one that was that one was deported from Germany. She didn't deport herself with 3 children. Immediately, that one just left airport and just landed. She was already asking for help after living abroad for 14 years. And then her husband that was here also came to social media and said, well, you people should help me, I should help her. Man, guys, it's a hard time we just sit back and think, if this place is not favoring us, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Go to Nigeria. Buhari will not kill you when you get there. The country is still like for everybody. You hear what he said now. If the South, if the Northerners are free, the herdsmen are free to go anywhere in the country and nobody can interfere with their rights, of being part of a Nigerian citizen. You too, you can imagine, you Southerners, you also have the right to go anywhere. If you choose to go to the North, Buhari have said it, everybody has the right to move anywhere. The herdsmen have the right to go anywhere. You also have the right to go anywhere. Go to the North. If it is kuli, abi cola, abi onions, it's a very big business. And leave here and stop begging for people to take care of you and take care of your wife and children that are back home. And people should stop blaming that woman that why did she go back home? Because which one is better? She would have remained here for child welfare, for child protective service to apprehend her children. That one would have been better. I don't think so. So guys, at the verse, Jare, the way some men they do stuff. 4 children, you just keep producing, no plan to take care of these children. The woman has gone home now, you abandon her there, you are here flexing with another woman and coming out to say that I not send her home when we all know that you both planned it. Because things are probably not turning out the way you expected her. You are coming out to social media to deny her. Instead of you to say things that are not factual, you better keep quiet. There is no crime in being quiet now. Abi? You think when somebody is silent and quiet, that person is a fool. That person is not fool. That person is being wise. At least when you know something is very close to the truth, don't even debate it. You just quiet. So anyways, guys, I try not to keep my videos long, so I think I'm just going to stop here. But I'm so deep in thought with what is happening to this woman. If anything, I know this woman actually needs help, because she did the right thing, but not this woman. People should just ignore this man, what he's saying and everything. So people who are willing to contribute, I'm talking to brothers and sisters in Europe this time, who are willing to contribute, help her directly and just ignore what this man is coming out to say and trying to, give fake account as to what happened and what led to her going to Nigeria. She did the right thing, and I pray God should help her. She'll help the children. The children, I think, they are Italian citizens. Once they are 16 or 17, I think they can easily, find a way to come back to Italy. So being in Nigeria doesn't mean you have lost it all. Doesn't mean that you can't grow up to be what you want to be. I don't think so. I personally don't think so. No matter how bad the country is, the children, they are still going to be okay. And I pray for them, and I wish them the best of luck. And once again, the other family here that's very close home here in the Niagara Falls, let's remember them in our prayers. Hopefully the next time I come here again will be to testify and to tell you guys that the family has been granted residence. So guys, please stay tuned, okay, for more videos. And like I always like to do, to thank my subscribers and those who have been with me on this journey from the day one. I can't thank you enough, but I just pray that the Almighty Lord should support you in all your endeavors in life. And those who also take their times to share my videos, may God Almighty support you, bring destiny helpers to your life. In everything you lay your hands to do, you will surely prosper and you will succeed. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, feel free to leave your to tell us why you don't like it in the comment section below. And for those of you who are here for the first time, again I say welcome on board, and don't fail to subscribe, by clicking the red button and smash on the bell icon. That way you get notifications once Miss Continental upload new videos. Until I come your way again, stay blessed. Love you guys. Bye bye.